It's my privilege at this time to present to you the Salutatorian for the class of 2018, which is Miss Hannah Dryden. Hannah has attended Legacy since pre-K. She has distinguished herself in many ways. Her passion for the arts, both visual and drama, has been a beacon of light, humor, and inspiration for many. I'll never forget her role as Smee in Peter Pan. I still laugh as I see her in my mind kind of stumbling across that stage over and over again. Hannah loves to make people feel welcomed at Legacy. She utilized this gift as the chair of the hospitality committee this year, serving students and families throughout the year. She's a strong advocate of Legacy to the community. She's brought me to tears on many occasions as I've heard her speak fondly of our faculty and the impact that they had on her life. As president of the National Honor Society, she arranged a luncheon in honor of our teachers, and she led other students to participate wholeheartedly in that, even encouraging them to write notes to every faculty member and staff person on the upper school campus. I remember Hannah as a young 8th grader expressing to me how scared and afraid she was about high school. Remember that? Mm-hmm. Yeah. I assured her that she would do amazingly well. Hannah was recently awarded the highest honor at LCA, Student of the Year, as voted by the LCA faculty. From a timid, frightened young girl to a beautiful, godly young woman who has impacted us all. With a final GPA of 4.313, I proudly present to you the salutatorian of the class of 2018, Miss Hannah Dryden.
Thank you, everyone. I'm Hannah Mae Dryden, and I am incredibly honored to be speaking on behalf of the Legacy Christian Academy graduating class of 2018. Fellow graduates, we've made it. All our years of packing lunches and wearing those really cute uniforms have finally brought us to this moment, graduation. We survived brutal sophomore chemistry and Mr. Preble's physics class, and now we are here wearing these weird hats and goofy robes. As I look out over my peers, I can't help but think of all the memories we've made over our 4 years of high school and into elementary and middle school. I remember specifically a bet that I made between me and my group of friends during freshman year. We bet that if one of us was able to speak at graduation, we could tell a particularly embarrassing story about one of our friends. So, let me take you back to Miss Housley's 6th grade English class. The class was getting up and walking to the board to study the vocab words posted there. Then, one student, Daisy Dibley, felt something. In the middle of a crowd of her peers, Daisy audibly and unexpectedly passed gas. Another student turned around and asked who had made the disturbance. And so, of course, Daisy promptly turned around and said, "Joseph Lozano, how could you? That is disgusting." Yes, she blamed her flatulent disturbance on Joseph, and to this day feels incredibly guilty about it. Joseph, consider this confession Daisy's formal apology. As I continue to reflect over the times the class of 2018 has shared together, I think of Ecclesiastes chapter 3. It says, "There is a time for everything, and a season for every activity under the heavens, a time to be born and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to uproot, a time to kill and a time to heal, a time to tear down and a time to build, a time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to mourn and a time to dance, a time to scatter stones and a time to gather them, a time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing, a time to search and a time to give up, a time to keep and a time to throw away, a time to tear and a time to mend, a time to be silent and a time to speak, a time to love and a time to hate, a time for war and a time for peace. What do workers gain from their toil? I have seen the burden that God has laid on the human race. He has made everything beautiful in its time. He has also set eternity in the human heart. Yet no one can fathom what God has done from beginning to end. I know that there is nothing better for people than to be happy and to do good while they live, that each of them may eat and drink and find satisfaction in all their toil. This is the gift of God. Class of 2018, we've experienced a multitude of seasons. We've had times of laughter, like that time Matt and Coleman brought a dead deer to school in the back of their truck. Or when we set off the fire alarm with our smoke machine during sophomore homecoming hallway decorating. We've had a time to dance, whether it was at homecoming or prom or Ethan busting a move in class. We've experienced the excitement of a state basketball game and the bewilderment of an alpaca walking through the halls. We've had few times of silence and many times to speak, creating a vocabulary of strange words unique to our grade, such as nunu and deed. We've had times of love through adventures at Camp Eagle and screaming the lyrics to Cornerstone during numerous chapel services. We've had times of hate as we've cheered against Prince of Peace at the Star during our last football game, which we won, and that's it, and times of debate as our grade engaged in a screaming lunchroom debate over whether turkey was a meat or a flavor, a topic we argued about for over a week. But we've also had times of mourning, as we've recently felt the loss of fellow student Sam. And class of 2018, these times have made us stronger. They've prepared us, equipped us, and encouraged us for this next chapter in our lives. Over these next few years, as we embark on our collegiate careers, we will have times of struggle and times of excitement. I encourage you, class of 2018, to uphold and fulfill man's chief end, which we learned about in Worldviews class, to glorify God and enjoy him forever. Fellow graduates, we are a conglomeration of future doctors, lawyers, businessmen and women, teachers, pastors, artists, dancers, athletes, and many more. This culture is in dire need of intelligent, faith-driven leaders. Legacy Christian Academy has equipped all of us, and as I look over the class of 2018, I see a group of world changers and servant leaders. As we all go our separate ways and move thousands of miles away, I charge you to stand firm in the Lord's teaching, love others intentionally, lead by serving, and do good. I encourage you to be ethical citizens and moral leaders as you keep discovering the Lord's unending mercies. I see no end to what you'll achieve. Congratulations, class of 2018. I love you, and I leave you with the words first spoken to us by Dr. Harmon. Wherever you go, whether it's a good day or a bad day, know that you are loved. Now be gone. Thank you.